You know,
I
Melissa's
think
coming?
maybe
No, she won't be here, okay. All right. Would you call the roll, please?
Okay.
Danielle McKenzie.
Here.
Jason Blair.
Here.
Melissa Hunt. Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here.
Glenn Lewis.
Here. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Item 2 is the consent docket. Item A is approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting held February 7th, 2022. Item B is receive the minutes of the regular Parks Board meeting held December 7th, 2021. Item C is accept the public sewer improvements to serve the Waters Addition Phase 4 being north of Northeast 27th Street and east of Eastern Avenue, application by Premium Land Company. Item D, accept public water, sewer, paving, and drainage improvements to serve the Waters Addition Phase 5 being north of Northeast 27th Street and east of Eastern Avenue, application by Premium Land Company. Item E is accept public water, sewer, paving, and drainage improvements to serve the Apple Villas Addition being south of Southwest 34th Street and west of Broadway Avenue, application by Home Creations. Item F is accept public sewer improvements to serve the Apples Estate Addition Drive, application by Home Creations. Item G is declare 14 expired Safari-Land Second Chance body armor vest and 6 miscellaneous vest carriers and Velcro straps that are no longer serviceable as surplus and authorize the destruction or donation of said items. And item H is declare a FIST Model 333 martial arts training suit as surplus and authorize the destruction or donation of said item. And item I is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $2,693,619.99.
Motion to approve.
I'll
All right,
second
thank
the
you.
motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second there?
Yes, I'll
Oh, okay.
second that.
We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes,
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 3 is to receive a presentation from the Parks Department regarding the landscaping plan for Veterans Park.
Mayor and Council, Whitney Wathen from the Parks and Rec Department would like to give this presentation.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Over the past couple of years, we've seen many changes to the landscape at Veterans Memorial Park. A few of these changes have been the erosion issue along the creek channel and the loss of many of our large trees throughout the park. With this plan, it has given us an opportunity to enhance the experience of the park for our citizens. One of those opportunities is planting butterfly gardens. These butterfly gardens will be a first for our park system. Also included in this plan is some perennial flower beds. These will be similar to the flower beds on the north end of the park. We believe this will provide a consistent look and feel to the park and also combine and bring together the north and the south end. Also included in that is rebranding the park. We want to move away from our standard trash cans and go back with a more contemporary style or up-to-date modern style of trash can.
Is the idea, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the presentation, is the idea to go with something similar to what we see in that picture?
Yes, it'll be
Okay.
similar to that, yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Currently, we are looking to transplant around 20 trees, large trees, into this park. Many of those will go on the south end. Those trees are bald cypress trees, maple trees, and Chinese pistache trees. The 3 arrows you see here are locations of the butterfly gardens. These butterfly gardens will be complemented by a seasonal grass bed and a crushed granite walking trail. Also on the south end, we want to have 3 additional perennial flower beds, a 20-foot by 20-foot pavilion, a small parking lot on the south end, and an area for a potential future monument location if needed. Currently this year, we applied for a grant with the help of Callie and her team, and that's through the Oklahoma Recreational Trails Program. We're looking to get those trees planted in the ground before the beginning of March. Also, start the rebranding process and update the north end flower beds to be similar to the ones we want to put in on the south end. 2023, we're going to finish rebranding the park, add the additional amenities, and look to replace the 4-foot walking trail along the east side of the park with an 8-foot walking trail to be similar, to be the same as the rest of the park. This total estimated cost is going to be $561,290.15. At this time, I'd be happy to take any questions.
I appreciate you guys. We lost a lot of the allure to the park with the destruction of all the trees that had to happen with the erosion, and so this is the most used park in Danielle and I's ward by far. And so thank you all for putting in your work and making it more attractive and also benefiting wildlife in the process.
Thank you.
I would just add, if there's a committee on that, I would love it if one of us was on there. I know that parking lot on the south end is very needed because currently everyone is making their own parking lot. So I'm really excited about that. That would add some structure over there. So thank you guys for everything you do there. It's looking great. The erosion control and the walls and everything right now, it looks great. So I'm excited about these.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Great
Anything
idea.
else?
I have a question. This is for the manager. What about the money? What are we gonna do on the budget? Are we gonna be able to pay for that?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the budget, works for fiscal year '23, so we should be good.
Okay, good deal. Anybody wanna make a motion?
Motion, we accept the presentation.
Just
just
accepting the
accept
report.
Just
the
accept the
presentation.
report?
Yeah.
Okay,
Second.
thanks. We have a motion and a second on accepting the report. Would you call for the vote, please?
I'm sorry, who seconded?
Yeah,
Thanks.
okay. I wasn't sure. I heard it down there. I didn't know where it came
Jason
from.
Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 4 is consider acceptance and consent to the agreement between Moore Urban Renewal Authority and the Moore Public Schools related to the acquisition, assembly, and eventual disposition and sale of approximately 40 acres in the Cleveland Heights pursuant to the City of Moore Cleveland Heights Urban Renewal Plan.
Mayor and council, the Moore Public Schools has agreed to purchase 40 acres in Cleveland Heights. They want to purchase 40 acres on the west end of the property, the northern boundary being 12th Street to the southern boundary, and then 40 acres worth. So they have agreed to essentially front the cost for that purchase because we don't own all of that land yet. The city owns some of the lots, other owners own other parts of the lots, but they have agreed to front the cost so to allow us to go ahead and purchase those lots so they can eventually be able to build an elementary school or a junior high school in the future. So one of the things that's been discussed in these meetings with the council before is while Cleveland Heights needs to be redeveloped, funding sources easier said than done, and so appreciate what the Moore schools have done as far as giving us some upfront money to be able to purchase some of these other lots, so then we can begin to redevelop it per the urban renewal plan. The commissioners had the ability to accept the purchase, which they've done, and so tonight is just for the council to also accept this. Would recommend approval.
All right. I like the idea. Randy, I have a question for you. Can we legally do this?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. I always have to hear it.
Motion to approve.
All right, thank you. Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 5, is consider renewal of number 4 of a 4-year renewal with the Central Oklahoma Transportation and Parking Authority, COPTA, doing business as Embark, to provide non-emergency medical transportation services for seniors for a period of July 1st, 2022 to June 30th, 2023, and approve matching funds in the amount of $15,000.
Mayor and council, this is an agreement that's worked well over the previous 3 years and would recommend approval for the 4th and final year.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Thank you. Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 6 is consider approval of a new job description. Excuse me, I have to go ahead and read it anyway. Consider approval of a new job description for a fitness facility assistant in the Parks and Recreation Department and assign it a pay grade of 105 of the salary table approved by City Council on June 20th, 2016. And we've been asked to table this for right now.
Motion to table.
Second?
All right, thank you both. We have a motion to table. Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item is tabled. Item number 7 is consider approval of a new job description for a senior center programs assistant in the Parks and Recreation Department and assign it a pay grade of 104 of the salary table approved by the City Council on June 20th, 2016.
Mayor and council, the Parks and Recreation Department is requesting your approval of the submitted draft of a new job description for a part-time senior center programs assistant. The senior center programs assistant will assist the senior center coordinator in developing and implementing indoor and outdoor activities, events, and programming for seniors, will work with program instructors to coordinate and schedule classes, and will drive the shuttle bus to provide transportation to seniors within the Moore city limits. The position was requested and approved in the fiscal year 2022 annual budget, and staff recommends approval and placement in pay grade 104 of the city's salary table that was approved by council in 2016.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 8 is consider adoption of resolution number 15-22 approving the January 2022 Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Program, the internal audit for that report. This is from Capital Planning and Resiliency from HUD.
Mayor and council, sorry, my voice is a little hoarse today. The CDBG-DR grant requires at least one internal audit a year. For the scope of this visit, city staff requested the auditors to include a review of the readiness and management of both the city and Belmont property management for the opening of the curb. The audit started with a review of the property management's policies and procedures, as well as the city's. All DR and state of Oklahoma requirements were identified in both sets of policies and procedures. Interviews were conducted between our auditors and Belmont management staff to identify current processes, structure, and practices. A finding was identified concerning the turnover of key staff and the amount of time key positions were vacant. During the auditor's visit, the regional manager and assistant manager were interviewed while the property manager position remained vacant. Shortly after the site visit, the regional manager and the assistant manager left Belmont, making the receipt of requested documentation difficult. As of January 18th, I can say the curb management is fully staffed. The city has communicated the required management trainings outlined in our agreement with Belmont, with the new regional manager, and we have given them a deadline of April 30th to submit all of those training certifications. City staff completed a monitoring of the construction contractor in August of this last year. The conclusion of this monitoring found several subcontractors out of compliance. Weekly subcontractor reports for several of the subs had not been submitted. During the auditor's review in October, not much documentation had been submitted by the general contractor to remedy our findings, leading them to identify a finding. In November, the contractor hired a new project manager. The new project manager has been communicating with our compliance specialist weekly. And out of the 36 non-compliant subcontractors, only one is remaining left out of non-compliant. We're confident that they've submitted all the paperwork. Our compliance specialist is just finishing up reviewing, but we're confident that they've submitted everything that they need to. When reviewing the completed draw request and the agreement between the city and Belmont, the auditors found that Belmont had not submitted timely and equitable draw requests to the city. It was found that the construction progress made did not align with the draw request submitted to the city. However, draw requests could have been submitted to other funding sources. As recommended by the auditor, city staff has requested copies of the completed draw request and is currently reviewing them to ensure equitable and timely draws were completed. Finally, the auditor selected a sample of applications for review to ensure DR requirements were met. The list of applicants provided by Belmont were assumed to be completed and approved as there were no status updates given. During the review, the auditors found these applications were not final. It was recommended that Belmont restructure their application list to add a status update for each applicant. The city has since visited with the new property manager, and this list has now been restructured. Now only true completed applications who have paid deposits and are assigned a unit number are added to this list. City staff is scheduled to complete its first initial on-site monitoring of the applications next month. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
So the question I have, are we in good shape with them or not?
The last month, I have weekly phone calls with the developer and the management staff every Tuesday. And I will say the new regional manager and the new property management, I am really, really impressed with them. They really are taking their time, reviewing all of the applications, making sure that all the documentation is in there. They do have a separate compliance department that they send all of that to review before they give the final approval to the applicant. I haven't received a call, complaint, anything in my office in the last month. So, and that's
Because if we have to pay this back, it would break us.
right. Yeah, no, I'm confident in the new management that they have now.
Okay.
So what's our time schedule now?
Building C has 2 more final inspections to call in and schedule. Our building official's confident that that'll be done this week, so hopefully they'll be issued a certificate of occupancy sometime next week, hopefully, and then the remaining building by the end of April.
They're probably getting leery of my truck driving through the park.
Oh, that's you, huh?
Yeah. It is.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All right, thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 9 is consider approval of a
Oh,
sports association
Can I make
agreement.
a statement? Can I
What?
make a statement? I
Sure.
want to thank Callie and her staff
Oh,
for
yeah.
all the hard work they put in on this. I know this has been a challenge, so
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No,
Go
no
ahead.
problem. That's what we're here for. Okay, item number 9 is consider approval of a sports association agreement for the 2022-2023 Moore Baseball Association program held at the Buck Thomas Park.
Mayor and council, items number 9 and 10 are sports association agreements. Number 9 is for the 22-23 Moore Baseball program held at Buck Thomas, and it is very similar to last year's, except that we have really highlighted the light and noise ordinances, so those will be attached to the agreements. Recommend approval.
I'd make a motion that we would approve it. Second.
All right, thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? If not, would you call for the vote, please?
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. Item number 10 is consider approval of a sports association agreement for the 2022-2023 Moore Youth Girls Softball Program held at the Buck Thomas Park.
Motion to approve.
All right,
Second the
thank you.
motion.
Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, would you call for the vote?
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we will recess the city council meeting and convene the Moore Public Works Authority meeting. Item number 11 is the consent docket. Item A is receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Public Works Authority meeting held February 7th, 2022. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $1,324,983.41.
Motion to approve.
All right,
Second.
thank you both. We have a motion and a second. It is a consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we will recess the Moore Public Works Authority meeting and convene the Moore Risk Management meeting. Item number 12 is the consent docket. Item A is accept the minutes of the regular Moore Risk Management meeting held February 7th, 2022. Item B is approve and ratify claims and expenditures for FY 2021-2022 in the amount of $1,676.25.
Motion to approve.
All right, thank you.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second on a consent docket. Would you call for the vote, please?
Mark Ham.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, item carries. At this time, we'll recess the Moore Risk Management meeting and convene the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting.
Would you call the roll, please?
Danielle McKenzie.
Here.
Jason Blair.
Here.
Melissa Hunt. Glenn Lewis.
Here,
Louis Williams.
Here.
Adam Webb.
Here.
Mark Ham.
Here. Item 14 will be the consent docket. Receive and approve the minutes of the regular Moore Economic Development Authority meeting held January 18th, 2022. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have had a motion and a second. Would you call a vote?
Danielle McKenzie.
Yes.
Jason Blair.
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
yes,
Louis Williams.
Yes.
Adam Webb.
Yes.
Mark Ham.
Yes, item carries. Now we'll recess the Moore Economic Development Authority meeting and reconvene the city council meeting.
okay, thank you. Item 15 is new business. Let the record reflect that all the members that were present before are still present. Item A is citizens forum for items not on the agenda. I'm sorry, anybody want to speak? There's no one signed up.
Yep. Did y'all want to speak?
Oh, come on up. If you would, state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Nathan Weiser. I live at 2104 Northeast 9th Street. Sorry, I didn't submit any paperwork. I didn't know about it until tonight. I was just curious. I know someone had expressed interest, I think, in the last meeting about backyard hens. I was just curious where we were at with that, and if there was anything else we could do.
Right now, I've got a tie, 13 for and 13 against on my telephone.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I've got for sure.
Okay.
So half the people would be happy and half the people would be very mad.
Okay. I appreciate
I
that.
don't know where we're at yet.
And
So-
I've received some information from staff about the particular issue, and I'll circulate that to the council members sometime this week.
I think post last meeting, what we asked was Brooks to do a little bit more research, and I think it was 3 weeks ago because it was a 5-week month. So I am going to give it to on you on that. But we did ask for that information, and then maybe some feedback from Oklahoma City on where their city government has what they've found out in the first month. I think that it's passed in Oklahoma City. So then we can look at that and take that in as well.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Anybody else? Okay. Any items from the city council or trustees?
I mentioned it a little bit before, but Veterans Park, the fence that went up, looks great. We have a lot of traffic over there with that elementary school because so many of those kids in all the surrounding neighborhoods near Heritage Trails walk. It's about 1.5 miles, so it goes almost to Rock Creek, in the back of Rock Creek. So I know those kids cut across that creek, and it scares me a number of times. But the fence is it's a good deterrent, and it looks beautiful there. So thank you guys for getting that up so fast. I noticed looked like they were doing the rest of the wrought iron and fixing where they needed to pull that down today when I drove by. So looked like it was almost complete. Looks really good. Thank you. Even with all the snow and the weather we've had, there was minimal damage to the grass, that's for sure. It looks great.
Good.
So just to follow along with what Glenn said, I've had about 11 phone calls or emails, and mine was 10-1 in favor of the hens, so.
In favor of them? Good to know.
Interesting.
Okay.
Brooks, can we get an update on the telephone and 19th intersection? Just had a few calls on that today.
Understand that we're waiting on OG&E to come and fix a power issue, and I've got a text message into our rep asking when a crew might be able to make it. So as soon as I have that information, I'll be happy to pass it along. So I was hoping I'd get it during the meeting, but it hasn't responded yet.
Perfect, thank you. Just so we're clear, we're not at fault?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
You might
The
be.
timing of
It could be my fault.
Is that the timing of lights?
It's always my fault.
Timing
though.
on the lights?
No, they're down.
They're not on.
There's a
They're
stop
down,
sign.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everything around it is either flashing or off, so.
I haven't driven it since then.
The impatient 5 o'clock folks were not nice, so.
No.
Well,
Any
I was
items
gonna
from
go
the
to
city
Aldi, but maybe
manager?
I'll call you instead. I was planning on going to Aldi after this meeting.
Earlier today, the Moore Chamber had an award ceremony, and amongst the awards that was presented was the very first Legacy Award to our Mayor Glenn Lewis. So Mayor, congratulations again for everything that you've done during your tenure.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I accepted the award on behalf of the city employees and the administration, as well as the city council, for allowing me to do that, because I don't do it by myself. I'm the last guy that votes on this council, and we've done some really cool things as far as the city rebuilding things, and you know, we've done a lot of unique deals, and I want to thank Randy for that. He's always been put in the bind, always asking the hardest questions, probably how do we make this work and make it legal? And over the years, we've done a lot of different projects. We've brought in a lot of new businesses. We were talking about, you know, when I remember the town, it was a little bitty town, and now it's becoming a city. So I appreciate the award, but like I said, I didn't deserve that award so much as it belongs to all of you, and it belongs to the citizens of the city of Moore. So, but I appreciate it. So thank you. And
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Last week, we had a nice reception at the senior center, unveiling the new bus, and so the seniors were happy with it and appreciate what we've done, and so it's a good situation over there. And then the making progress on the Public Works building. So I know Tony's very happy, and you know, we're starting to see some progress over there. That's all I've got.
Good deal.
Good.
Good.
Anybody else? I didn't mean to cut you guys off short.
That's okay.
No. Okay. Item 16 is adjournment.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Right.
Second.
Thank you both. We have a motion and a second. Would you call for the vote?
Danielle McKenzie,
Yes.
Jason Blair,
Yes.
Louis Williams,
Yes.
Adam Webb,
Yes.
Mark Ham,
Yes.
Glenn Lewis.
Yes, we're
Thanks.
adjourned. Thank you for coming.
The
And thanks for going to the.
Oh, the basket.